Welcome to the Web Piano Teacher Podcast. Gather together and relax with us as we perform your favorite songs, discuss what makes them great, and how to make it work on piano.
If you'd like to learn, play, and share this song like Sean does, using his revolutionary whiteboard technique, visit webpianoteacher.com and try out the free membership level. Please don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe.
All right, guys, how are you doing? We're back with our next podcast. What are we doing today, Shauna?
Name by the Goo Goo Dolls.
By the Goo Goo Dolls. All right. Why don't we get right into it?
Even though the moment passed me by, I still can't turn away. 'Cause all the dreams you never thought you'd lose got tossed and thrown away. And letters that you never meant to send lost or thrown away. And now we're grown up orphans and we never knew their names. We don't belong to no one, that's a shame. But you could hide beside me, maybe for a while, and I won't tell no one your name, and I won't tell your name. And scars are souvenirs you never lose. The past is never far. Did you lose yourself somewhere out there? Did you get to be a star? Don't it make you sad to know that life is more than who we are? We grew up way too fast and now there's nothing to believe, and reruns all become our history. A tired song keeps playing on a tired radio, and I won't tell no one your name, and I won't tell your name. I won't tell your name. Think about you all the time, but I don't need the same. It's lonely where you are, come back down, and I won't tell your name.
There we go. We made it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. about 20 minutes of practice, and there we go.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I did listen to it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know that helped me much.
Well, you've heard the song before.
Oh, yeah.
And you do it. So what do you think of when you hear this song? What do you just, without, thinking up something, what comes to your mind when you hear this song?
Well, not a lot, to be honest.
Well, I'll tell you, for me, when I hear it, I immediately think of, this is a 90s song, right? It's
Yeah.
gotta be. Okay. I think of working out in the weight room.
This song came on in the weight room?
Yes.
Good.
Well, they just had 90s music,
Okay.
So that was when they had, they'd have some Pearl Jam on, and then they'd have this, and then
This is not a song I'd want to work out to.
But I just remember, going to North Texas and piano major and all of that, but I would go work out, kind of keep buff, kind of let go of myself since then. But it reminds me of being in the weight room, because they would just have that constantly playing, the whatever radio station it was. So that's what it makes me think of.
It doesn't really make me think of anything, because it just kind of is like background music to me. Like that. I think that was my challenge in trying to learn the song, because I'm usually pretty quick about picking up a melody, lyrics, and I can usually get it after listening 2 or 3 times. And for like 2-3 days, I've been listening to this on repeat in the car to try to learn it, and I just couldn't learn it. And I think
you are usually quick on picking up lyrics and stuff. So what do you think?
Because my brain just kind of zones out. There's not a whole lot of variation in it. There's not a whole lot vocally to like trigger my memory or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think, you get the lyrics. I mean, you've heard the song, and you probably heard it a zillion times, really, in the background maybe. And you get the lyrics in front of you, and you maybe, if you're like me, you don't even, the lyrics don't even register really. And you start trying to sing along, go, where does this word go? Where does this? I kind of know the melody. But,
I mean, you guys clearly heard I messed up several times.
So did I.
For those of you that just like love the song, that know it,
you'll know the lyrics.
Exactly where we messed up.
I think it's because nothing is, there's one hooky part.
It's a guitar
there's
part.
Two. There's two.
To me.
There's the guitar part. What you're talking about?
That's the part I'm like, oh, I hear that every single time.
Right.
I'm like, that's cool. I like that.
That's a hooky part. Also, the I won't tell no one your name. That part right there is a little hooky. So you'll remember that. But I think the others, it has just a few notes, and they're kind of up and down a little bit, but there's nothing, remarkable about, the melody.
Yeah, the song was actually challenging to me in a sense of I don't know what to do with it, because it's not really showcasing a melody or a vocal line.
Yeah. And who knows? I mean,
well, and we don't have a drummer and a good bassist and a rhythm guitar. You know what I mean? To fill in the gaps here.
So this is one that I would think, if I heard it before it became a hit, I would be really surprised that it did become a hit. And of course it did. And there's lots of people out there.
I actually wouldn't be surprised it became a hit.
Yeah. I mean, it has, 30, 40 million views or something on YouTube, this song. And it was everywhere. It's still everywhere.
I don't really listen to radio that much. So
yeah. So we're doing this today because it's I had a hard request for it. And so I did. It's on the website. So I'm, Sean Cheek of webpianoteacher.com. And I teach a different way. Instead of using traditional music notation, I'll just write letters on a whiteboard. And if you look at my other lessons on YouTube, you'll immediately see what I do. I just use a chord approach, a by ear approach. And it works for a lot of people out there who have tried to read music and they can't do it. But this really works for them. In fact, if you try to read music and you have a lot of trouble, this may really work for you. It really will. Or people that want to play it in the arrangement that I've transcribed. So
yeah, because clearly this is a guitar song.
Yeah, so I've kind of pianoized it, but I'll maintain
pianoized a word.
To me, it is while maintaining the integrity of the guitar part. So I really strive to have an arrangement that stays true to the original as much as possible, while putting it on this wonderful instrument where we can play pretty much anything we want to. We can be an orchestra all here with one person. So that's what I do on the website. So we do these podcasts to kind of show you what you're going to be learning on the website, and so you can kind of hear us kind of labor through it.
Also, and I probably mentioned this in the last podcast, but I'm teaching my son some Victorian literature. We're going through that.
Yeah,
and
he's
it's
15.
Not my favorite genre.
Nor is it mine.
Some people love it.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. But I can appreciate it as I'm reading it if I have like a historical reference and I have like a background of the author and their kind of viewpoint as they're writing. So I kind of see this sort of the same in a similar light. Like this song is not really my jam.
Yeah. You sang it well though.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I was listening to music in the 90s and it wasn't this. Anyway, but I looked up some stuff about the song and I'm kind of like, oh, that's super interesting. And now I find like context for it.
Okay.
Okay, so for instance,
So what year did this come out? Just
96.
96. Okay.
So I was like, when I read this, I was like, oh, okay. I was like glued to MTV
Yeah.
in 96
Uh-huh.
and listening to like Carson Daly deliver the news.
Oh yeah, that's
You know?
right. Forgot about that.
This is before he had like I can't remember.
Yeah, he took off after that. Yeah.
Anyway, so this album had like the whole Walmart controversy. Like I kind of remembered it when I was
Yeah.
reading about it. This album cover, people were like wanting it pulled off the shelves of Walmart because the little boy on the cover was supposedly covered in blood.
Yeah.
But it was blackberry juice or something. Anyway,
Okay.
it was goo.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so they ended up pulling it off the shelves at Walmart.
Okay.
And the record label said, oh, it wasn't because of that. It's because of poor sales.
Okay.
But whether it was poor sales or not, this song.
Was that the album of this song?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, that controversy probably pushed it
maybe.
further in popularity.
Okay, so the Goo Goo Dolls came to be in 1986.
Okay.
And the Goo Goo Dolls from the 80s
I could not believe it.
to this song and then what they did after are
Yeah.
two different bands.
I couldn't believe it when you played me some of their older stuff,
Yeah.
which I kind of liked.
I did too. Well, that's more my 90s
Yeah.
kind of vibe. But yes. So they originally, I was like reading all this stuff about the inception of the Goo Goo Dolls and their first album in 87 and how they were like embraced by college radio, punk radio. They were in the whole like CBGB punk rock scene. And I was just
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't know, something's not adding up for me. From what I know, the songs of the Goo Goo Dolls I know. So I like am like Googling, like listening to those albums and yeah, totally different sounds.
Was this album just that one song that was like that, and all the other ones were punk, or was it all mainstream?
Well, I started to listen to it, but we kind of ran out of time.
Okay.
But I listened to this one other song on this album, and it pretty much just sounded like this song.
Yeah.
Like I played
it did.
for you.
Yes, the chords and the
Even the like da 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 da.
the little five
guitar
note
thing.
five scale.
But this
stuff.
song was this song went from like it was their first crossover song. It was their first hit. It was
Okay.
their first. And I thought this always. I'm not a big like genre person. Like it has to fit into a category, you know.
Yeah.
But so this song went to. This makes me laugh a little. From alternative. So they were an alternative group.
Yeah.
But this had success on the pop charts and the adult contemporary chart, which I'm like, what is adult contemporary? I'm still listening to like 90s grunge
That
rock.
sounds like old man music, adult contemporary.
It's soccer mom music.
All right.
It can be found next
Yes.
on there with
So-
John Mayer songs.
So we're not trying to put the song down. We're just giving you our our opinion, our feelings. So where does the joy come in it for me? Well, one is I can enjoy a simple song as much as I can enjoy something that I really love. We could play some songs, Elton John, Billy Joel, songs like that, and others. It takes me back for one. So I like that. I like, if you were in a good place where you like I heard the song, then I also get a lot of joy from all the people who are enjoying the song. Like if we did a show and we did this song, and we played, and there were people just going nuts over it, that would be a lot of fun. If people were having joy and enjoying the song, because they like it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Another thing, so, MTV culture. So I was like, what is this song about? I literally Googled, what is the name by the Goo Goo Dolls about? So I guess he was in a relationship with a VJ,
Okay.
like a video DJ. Do you remember that term?
No.
Taking me back, like the
No.
MTV VJs were huge.
Okay.
So for all my 90s friends out there who were young enough to be like watching MTV after school, not having to have a real job.
When your parents told you not to and you're still watching it anyway.
Yeah, and when you heard the garage door start open, you're like changing the channel.
Right. Diving over the couch.
And to start on that long list of chores you were supposed to do before mom came home.
You look like you're so busy.
Oh, I've been in the kitchen all afternoon. Also, I'm a parent now. I'm like, what? I never fooled my mom.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah,
way I
they knew,
did. They
of course.
knew. But anyway, the song is about his relationship with VJ Kennedy.
Okay. Kennedy. Really?
But the whole mystique was nobody knew her real name.
Okay. All
This is
right.
where I get a little enjoyment
Okay.
from the song because
Well, that all makes sense now.
it does. I mean, I won't tell him your name.
Okay.
Did you lose yourself somewhere out there? Did you get to be a star?
Okay.
And then I was kind of like, I don't know if this is like a nice song,
Yeah.
but they both talked about it in interviews and said it was a sweet moment. I
Okay.
don't.
So this song really has a meaning behind it. Okay.
And here's something you'll find interesting. So they asked how the song. So I guess, and again, I almost called him Rob Thomas.
Okay. Same category to you.
Yeah. He said, here's a quote.
Did
from
he
him.
write the song by himself?
Well, let me read the quote.
Okay.
This is how the song came. It was weird. I was just sitting on my couch, randomly twisting the tuning pegs, and I couldn't figure out what notes the guitar was tuned to. So I had to grab my tuner to find out, and then I jotted them down on a Post-it. I just sat there and let my fingers play the fretboard openly, and that's what became the progression of the
Okay.
name.
Okay. So the guitar was tuned incorrectly and he just was playing it, I guess?
I don't
That's what it
know.
sounds like.
I don't want to like misinterpret the
interesting.
quote
That's
a
interesting.
little bit because I don't want to like read it and think
Okay.
he didn't know how to tune his guitar.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
I feel like maybe there could be a misrepresentation.
Yeah.
I hope. I mean, this is in the 90s and
Uh-huh.
we've been playing guitar since the 80s. Probably before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because
I'm not knocking it. I can't tune my guitar either.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because we were messing around with the mandolin earlier.
Yeah, I
and
was going to play the mandolin. It's
if
back
you,
here
do
behind
you
me.
think you could just play if you didn't have to sing, just so they could hear it? We
Well, it
tuned.
keeps coming out of tune. That's why it bothers
Yeah.
me.
Let me hear it real quick if it's close enough. It's close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got a buddy that plays guitar or any stringed instrument and you can tune the string instrument to A's and E's, then they can strum and play the whole time, no left hand, but it'll sound good with the song. As long as they can strum, then it's going to sound good. Let's do a little bit. Ready and go and. Even on the chorus, here we go. My raspy voice. A tired radio, and I won't tell no one your name. Won't tell them your name. All right, you know how I kind of can do that because I'll tell myself here. Back in the 90s, early 90s now, like early 90s.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, for some reason, I really liked Richard Marx.
Everybody liked Richard Marx.
And I would sing,
Everybody liked that song.
wherever you go, whatever, the raspy voice, And he really does have a raspy voice. So it sounds, but a lot of the singers out there will make it sound raspy. They don't last very long if they do that because it hurts your voice. But, I would do that and sing and be Richard Marx. I had his album, where he's standing next to he's really short, I think. And you can tell if you look in the picture because he's standing next to you remember the laundry lines?
Yeah.
The laundry pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's standing next to a laundry pole and you can kind of tell. Anyway, yeah, and I just would play the songs and, Hold On to the Night and all those songs. And that hit album, which I still love Richard Marx. Gosh, he was awesome. And I would have that raspy sound, so it's kind of fun to do that once in a while.
And who flocked to the piano?
All the girls, yeah.
It's a good
You wouldn't
thing.
have flocked, would you?
I
You
don't
wouldn't
think
have-
so.
Yeah.
Because I would have known that's what you were trying to do, and I'd be like,
Okay.
I'm not giving him the satisfaction.
I was just sharing my art.
Whatever. It's a good thing we did not know each other in
Yeah.
high school.
Perfect timing, yeah. Gosh. Anyway, man. So we can talk a little bit about how we make this sound, a guitar song on the piano. It really works.
Well, because you get requests all the time. People have specifically sought you out to take a guitar song or a rock song or something you wouldn't expect to hear on just solo piano, because you do a really good job of it.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And I think part of that is just from the, all the music I've listened to, all the music I've tried to play. And I do play guitar some. I'm not an expert guitar player by any means, but I know the instrument. And even my sons will come to me and ask me, Dad, what's being done here on the guitar? And I can figure out what's being done. I can't play it and perform it because I don't want to spend the time to get that technique to be able to do that, because I know how long that would take. But I know the instrument well enough to kind of figure out what they're doing, and it really translates to the piano part of it. And so even strumming, you can accurately mimic on the piano. We have a wonderful instrument. It can do things that no other instrument can. Even, the guitar can kind of mimic things, especially with all the effects and, they can do, but they there's a limit. The limit on piano is much greater. You can do so many things. You can sound like an orchestra on the piano. You can play a piano solo part. You can play 4 or 5 voices at once if you're playing Bach or something. It's just so many things you can do. And the piano can accurately mimic, especially acoustic guitar. Right here, it's not hard because it's just the actual notes.
Yeah.
But I like this part right here.
Yeah, I was really curious because that's the one part of the song I liked.
Right.
How that was going to translate to.
So there's my son asking me to put money in his account for his lunch because he didn't make his lunch
That
today.
was the text message I was just checking. Mom,
Yeah.
can you bring me lunch?
Yeah, he is so spoiled.
Y'all, he's almost 18.
He's almost 18. And yeah, we have spoiled him, I guess, some. But he, it's for him to expect us to leave right now and go pick up lunch when he can make it at home, right? We got things to do. Anyway, well, today we're
We
not
should
doing
write
it.
a song about
Yeah,
it.
right. So I was talking about this part. So here's a place where I write the notes, what's being done, but it's how you play it. If I go, it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like a computer playing it. You have to know what the guitars are doing. They're sliding. They have their fingers, on the fretboard, and they're picking. And then after they get that note, they slide to make the next note.
Yeah, you can't really see your fingers.
Oh, so do. So they pick and they slide. So you get this da-da, da-da, da-da. Well, that's how you have to pull it off on the piano. So you can't just go. You have to go da-da, da-da, da-da. Then you have to play it that way. You come down hard and then you lift up on the second note. Then you get. And the guitar also, da-da, da-da. When you're going down with the right hand, it's a downstroke and it's accented automatically. But when you come up, it's lighter. So you have to, and it doesn't matter really where you put them, just make sure some of the notes are accented and then some of them are not. Then you'll get that guitar feel. All right. So not all of it is just putting the notes down. Sometimes I have to alter the notes to make them work on piano, but it's how you play it, so. Okay. And then you have the chorus where we use this. So there it's just strumming pretty much. Da-da, da-da, da-da. What will really help you I have a pair of bongos I can't reach. You're probably glad I can't reach them.
Oh my gosh, the stinking bongos.
Yeah. Well, if you want to get used to rhythmic things and you feel like you want to play better rhythmically on the piano, get a pair of bongos or just beat on a desk. But bongos are really fun. They're not that expensive. Get a pair of bongos and play the song and just start having fun playing with it. Da 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 da. Getting that rhythmic, because playing rhythmically on the piano is like playing the drums on the keyboard. It really is. And so you just. If I was just. Between left and right hand. I don't want to get too involved with this, but it's really playing the drums on the keyboard is really what it amounts to. And accents. You brought that the other day, and that's so important.
Yeah, so you know how people say a calorie is a calorie?
Uh-huh.
That's not really true. 1 calorie because nutrients and all that stuff. But a note isn't just a note, it's the accents. It matters about how it's accented or not accented, and it matters where the spaces are around the notes that give the note a whole completely different feel.
And you said it matters where the spaces are, where the note. Now, if you just said it matters where the spaces, that's how some people play their instrument.
It's vocal inflection.
Yes.
But with the notes on the piano.
Actually, yes, that's what it is.
And that's why some songs I think are so moving and touching, because the music is conversational. Mm-hmm. It's literally telling a story that connects with our, not just how we hear the music, but our language.
Exactly. Yeah, because music is a language. It's a universal language. It's a language that immediately is connected to our our emotions, our soul, I think.
Which is why this song is really important to somebody, because music isn't just a singular thing.
And I've learned how to not, devalue that. Even though this is not one of my favorite songs, I know that it's a lot of people's favorite songs. And so I like teaching this because I know there's so many people that are going to get so big of a kick out of playing this song and hearing it. And I love that about music.
And maybe it's not their favorite song, but it's someone they love's favorite song.
Yeah, right.
And they want to play it for them.
That's right.
It's all about the participation, how you want to participate with the music, which like for me, I enjoy it a lot more now that I have a little like context for the song.
Right. So a delicious calorie is not equal to a healthy calorie.
Correct.
That's how I put it. As you can see, Exhibit A, Exhibit B. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been doing great on your working out and new way of eating. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can keep it up.
Yeah. I had to take a break from the running today because I fell like a toddler on the trail the other day. It was very...
So a complete wipeout, not a stumble.
No.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't get embarrassed very easily, because I wish I had video, because I know how it looked.
Yeah.
I'm all scabbed up, my knee.
If it would have been me, people would have been running by and they would hear somebody from a ditch go, help.
Well, I'm deathly afraid of snakes, and there's snakes on that trail, so I popped up fast.
Gosh, man. Well, anything else we want to say about this song or anything? I mean, it's on the website. You can get on right now and learn it. In fact, the sheet that I wrote out for this. As a member, you can download the sheet and any other sheet that's on the website. I've been doing this for, 15, 20 years.
And you're not playing off a different sheet. You're playing off the exact...
I'm using my sheet. Yeah. So once you learn this, in fact, when you get on the website, if you're new to music or my way of teaching, try the 50 Easy Piano Lessons. They'll give you a kind of a basic foundation so you can jump into my method. You don't even have to do all 50. You kind of get started with them and okay, I see how this works. Then you jump in. But there's a little bit of a learning curve to get used to me and the way I do things right at first.
Yeah. And we just want to thank you guys for listening, whoever's out there listening. If you like the podcast, give us a rate it, or leave a review on whatever platform you're listening through. It just helps people find this, and it helps us.
It encourages me. Yeah, any little interaction is great.
Yeah. Well, not all interaction.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Talk to you.
Okay. Did the Goo Goo Dolls? Did they sell out?
Did they sell out? Because of the change? Yeah, in the music. You know, I don't know a lot about them. I just know, a couple of their famous songs. But I did hear when you played the old stuff.
You're coming up with like a diplomatic answer. Did they sell out? Yes, they did. Do I blame them? No, I don't.
Exactly. Yeah, there we go. Okay.